Coming up on a special episode of Small Town Big Deal.
You're going to be inspired, you're going to learn something, you're going to take something really profound away.
Honoring those who are giving back to their communities.
When you get knocked down in life, how do you get back up?
How the spirit of giving builds hope and heroes, one heart at a time.
Welcome to this special edition of Small Town Big Deal. I'm Rodney Miller.
And I'm Jann Carl.
And you know, Jan, here we are wearing our finest.
Yeah, not our usual duds.
No, not hardly. But we're here to celebrate some of the finest individuals from communities across the country.
You know, on our show, we celebrate America. And tonight, we are celebrating some Americans who are making a difference one life at a time. We're in Atlanta for the True Inspiration Awards, a special celebration created and hosted by the Chick-fil-A Foundation.
The restaurant chain that's big on all things chicken is also big on helping our nation's youth be everything they can be.
Each year, the True Inspiration Awards recognize those who make a positive impact in their communities by helping and inspiring future leaders. The winners receive recognition and grant funding from the Chick-fil-A Foundation.
These are people who are heroes in their communities.
Many times they're unsung, many times their work is not noticed, but I promise you this, if in fact they stop doing their work, you would notice it.
23 awards are handed out to great organizations.
Like New City Kids, a New Jersey-based program using music to keep at-risk kids on the right track.
Or Pasadena, California's Lake Avenue Community Foundation. They unleash the potential of children and their families in vulnerable communities, providing them the tools necessary to thrive.
Representing the union, please welcome to the stage Jason Wilson.
An organization like the Union is taking and making moves to protect youth from vulnerable communities by enriching their spirit.
The millennials will be leading us soon, but how can we empower and encourage them to truly be our leaders for the future?
In the heart of Detroit, Jason Wilson has developed an unconventional formula that transforms boys into men.
Stay alert, Braden. Let's go. Come on, Braden. Good job. Let's go. Sweep harder. Good. Let's go. Excellent. Let's
Jason
go.
Wilson is teaching these boys to fight for their lives.
Good adjustment. Yes, sir. Excellent.
But he's not preparing them for a physical confrontation as much as he is a battle to conquer their own negative emotions.
I want you to be kind, but I also want you to be courageous and strong.
Jason knows it's crucial for these kids to win that battle. It's one he fought and won, shaping him into the man he is today.
What really birthed my passion was not having a father actively in my life. I started resenting my mother due to his absence, and I never could really figure out why I was feeling the way I was, why I had so much unresolved anger.
With no father figure to turn to for guidance, Jason turned to the streets instead and conformed to those surroundings.
I always wanted to be a DJ growing up and actually produced a couple of very popular rappers in hip-hop.
But by 2002, he saw firsthand the potential destructive impact hip-hop music had on kids in his native Detroit.
Jason wanted to be a force for positive change and went looking for answers.
It started with God when I gave my life and surrendered it to Him, which I never wanted to do. And so I literally went cold turkey with my desire to be a great platinum producer and started serving youth in Detroit.
So in 2003, Jason created the Union. It's spelled with a silent Y for you.
In 2008, he added the Cave of Adullam Transformational Training Academy to the Union's roster of programs.
My son came into this program when he was 5 years old, and now he's 9. And to see the growth in him, not just spiritually, but emotionally and physically and mentally, it's been such a transformation.
The name Cave of Adullam comes from a passage in the Bible.
In it, David and his men were forced to flee after a battle. Distressed and discontented, the men sought refuge in a cave.
But after a period of time, all came out as men of valor.
What happened is that it was a safe space where they could work through their emotions, and then when they came out, they reestablished Israel for God.
But please make sure Satan doesn't deceive anybody.
And so that's what we do here. Boys who are spiritually in debt, mentally distressed, or emotionally discontented, they gather here, we train them, and we send them back out as mighty men of valor.
I need to come here and sweep, and then I go to the arm bar. We understand that, right?
So, Jason's cave uses martial arts to give boys self-discipline needed to succeed.
Believe in yourself and throw him. Throw him. There you go. Come on. You're being nice to him. You're being kind at the wrong moment. Do you understand? Yes, sir. This world will eat you alive. You do that to the wrong guy, he'll reach in his pocket and get a knife and cut you for being so nice to him. Breathe, breathe, blow, blow, blow.
I have never seen life skills put into everything they do like they do here.
Everybody grab your blindfolds real quick.
Is that over 78% of our recruits improve academically 1 letter grade for their GPA without academic tutoring.
So what you're doing, Genesis
Anderson has been in the cave program for 4 years.
Have you seen it change you?
Yeah, a lot. There was like a period in my life where I got into a lot of fights. With the cave, I was able to learn how to kind of calm myself down and not be too zealous at sometimes.
Good, better, good.
Part of the class is spent teaching practical lessons inspired from the Bible.
So we live for testimonies, not trophies, and this will help us to transform not only who we are, to be more like what God expects of us, but more so our communities. Do we understand?
Yes, sir.
The program is becoming so popular that there are some 400 kids on the waiting list.
Take your time, excellent. Attack, Bruce, Zeus.
Jason hopes it won't be too long before spots open up, but he has a challenge. So the union leases space in this building, but it's only available 2 nights a week to them. They want this to go on 5 nights a week. So they're still trying to raise enough funds to find their own building.
Maybe one of our viewers' hearts will be touched to solve that problem.
Shalom.
Alaikum.
Up next,
this week has been everything that I could ever imagine in all the positive ways. We couldn't have imagined having a year ago.
Putting cancer in a timeout.
welcome back to Small Town Big Deal. We're at the Chick-fil-A Foundation True Inspiration Awards.
They honor individuals who make a difference in communities by helping and inspiring America's youth to become future leaders.
We've seen poverty change in an instant when education is offered to a child and that they are then offered opportunities and experiences that lift their expectations for their lives, and they do better and they do more.
Among the awards handed out is the S. Truett Cathy Honoree, named for the Chick-fil-A founder.
This year's winner was the PATH Project.
For the PATH Project, their investment began in 2008 with just one question from one child.
It's a question that was posed to Jim and Melinda Hollinsworth while tutoring kids at a mobile home park near their Loganville, Georgia home.
We met a 6th grader named Sophia, and one afternoon she said, when are you guys gonna leave?
We had like 2 different churches come, but eventually they would leave, and we were always disappointed.
What I said to Sophia was, Sophia, we're gonna be here to see you graduate from high school, and we're gonna help you graduate from high school.
And that moment, that conversation was the catalyst that really is what got the PATH Project started.
Graduation rates have soared in the 8 communities the PATH Project has touched.
And when we talk about all the kids who are in PATH Project community, she is their one. So thank you for being our one, Sophia.
Part of what defines the True Inspiration Awards are the journeys of those lifted out of the shadows and into the light by amazing organizations like For Pete's Sake.
Accepting on behalf of For Pete's Sake Foundation is Marcy Shenkweiler.
Loving someone through the journey that we help them through, which is the cancer journey, is by far the most beautiful gift that you can give to someone and they can give to you in return.
For Pete's Sake offers patients and their families a respite from their grueling battle with cancer.
She always makes me feel good about myself,
and that I'm beautiful. She always has a great attitude and makes other people feel really good about themselves. She's caring, and she gives me kisses, and she snuggles with me.
These are the kinds of loving words that bring tears of joy to a mother's eyes. But recently, there have been far more tears of sadness and fear for Jann McCoy-Lankin and her family.
About 9 months into our relationship, I was diagnosed with leukemia.
She was only 37 years old when she first heard the word cancer, a situation no one is prepared for.
I was a single mom, 2 kids. He was a single dad with 1. None of us signed up for cancer, but in this kind of new relationship, where do we go from here? And he was just a rock for the whole thing. There was not a moment that he wavered.
But her husband Rob says Jann is the rock.
She's actually been a role model for not just the girls, but for everyone as far as just her positive attitude. Jann has always had this smile, and that's how we kind of got through it. She was a role model in the hospital to the other patients, literally. We set up our room. It was a respite. It was like a take a break from the cancer floor in Jenn's room.
But when Jann and her family need a break from the burdens cancer places on them, where do they turn? Enter For Pete's Sake. They provide 1 week, all expenses paid, vacations to families like Jann's. It's a chance to, at least temporarily, free a family from cancer's grip. Their vacation was to Orlando.
So we're gonna get a dozen, and girls can pick them out.
After the family had a week of roller coasters and water slides, we came here to Celebration, Florida.
To make more memories that were a little more low-key, but definitely not low-cal. For Pete's Sake arranged for the family to spend an afternoon at You Can Cook, a unique and entertaining teaching kitchen for both children and adults.
I got sticky fingers.
Each month, You Can Cook has a theme, and this month, it's the Wizard of Oz. So we all followed the yellow brick road to a land of pizza and sweets.
Since we have 7 colors in the rainbow, everybody can help me with one?
I will do yellow.
The yellow brick road.
Yeah, that's right.
You need more blue? Of course.
It is Oz.
That's true. Everything should be green, right? That's right.
Cooking is all about sharing and creating memories, right? Start switching the colors.
Cupcake passer.
Would you like purple?
This is a very Wicked Witch green.
Who gets to lick the spoon?
Everybody, I hope.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is Rodney eating a cupcake with a fork and a knife? Now, Rodney, that's how you eat a cupcake.
The smiles and having a chance to share happy times is what For Pete's Sake strives for, and is one of the reasons the Chick-fil-A Foundation chose to honor them with a grant.
Not only have the McCoy-Lankins not been able to have any recent vacation, Jann and Rob haven't even had a honeymoon.
We actually had our wedding scheduled for last August. We didn't get a chance to go to it because she had a bone marrow transplant in August. So we got married in July, just kind of like a shotgun wedding. So we didn't get a chance to really do anything, travel or do anything as a married couple.
So You Can Cook owner Lorenzo Fernandez knew just what to do to help the couple celebrate their upcoming wedding anniversary. More dessert.
Who is this? Toto, yes?
Lorenzo also graciously donated everything to make this afternoon extra special for the family.
Honestly, I get home so happy. It melts my heart. That's why I do this. It's like the best payoff.
This week has been everything that I could ever imagine in all the positive ways. We've had these experiences together that we couldn't have imagined having a year ago.
Up next,
things are looking so colorful.
I know, right?
Yeah, the colors look good.
Building character one smile at a time.
welcome back to Small Town Big Deal. We're at the Chick-fil-A Foundation True Inspiration Awards.
They're presented by the Chick-fil-A Foundation, honoring individuals bringing positive change to communities nationwide.
Please welcome the Travis Manion Foundation, Janiyah Nash.
Like the Travis Manion Foundation.
But the Travis Manion Foundation focuses on empowering veterans and families of the fallen to serve as mentors for community youth.
The Travis Manion Foundation embodies the spirit of a fallen hero by bringing light and purpose into the lives of others.
Today, the prime objective is to repair that playground that's set up over there.
That playground is part of Raleigh, North Carolina's Helping Hands mission. They provide housing for individuals and families in need.
I used to look out the window and say, get down off of that, don't do that. I saw things that was accident about to happen. You can't have fun that way.
So today, thanks to the Travis Manion Foundation, this playground will get a much-needed makeover. It's a key part of the Foundation's volunteer program to empower veterans and the families of fallen veterans.
In April 2007, First Lieutenant Travis Manion was killed by an enemy sniper while trying to save wounded soldiers. Today, the foundation named in his honor carries on his legacy of character, service, and leadership.
Our mission is to strengthen communities nationwide through service, through character, through 5 simple words, if not me, then who.
Those were Travis's words before leaving for his final deployment to Iraq, and are the motto that resonates through the Foundation's work day in and day out.
55% of veterans feel some level of disconnect with their communities when they return from duty. So, the Travis Manion Foundation provides opportunities like refurbishing this playground to connect, to reinvigorate, and redefine a sense of purpose for those service members and families.
We'll put it further out.
Travis Manion gives me the opportunity to be at the fire point for the community and service, for me and engagement with civilian society, for students who need character, and TMF is right there at all of them.
Spend some time around these folks and you can't help but feel compelled to lend a hand, or at least try to.
Don't watch me do this.
I was just gonna help.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hold the board for you?
Yeah. So my job right now is to take nails out of the wood that we might be able to salvage and repurpose in the new structure. Are you kidding me? I'm not so good at it.
Just kind of hit down with it.
Oh, like that?
Yeah. Well, kind of hit it with both hands. No.
You got it!
Things are looking so colorful.
Sylvia Wiggins is overjoyed.
I've been jumping up and down all day. The kids are learning to make their space a great place to be.
And for families who've lost a loved one serving our country, it's a way to honor their memory while making a lasting impact on their community as well as future generations.
It warms my heart. It's something that I'm very passionate about doing. I love to help anybody. And I also say that because, like, my dad, he passed away, and he had the biggest heart. He would help anybody. He would give him the shirt off his own back. So I want to, I pass that down to my sisters and myself as well, is to help everybody.
The positive impact on veterans, youth, families, and communities as a whole are reasons Chick-fil-A chose to honor the Travis Manion Foundation with a grant.
The generosity of Chick-fil-A will impact us very specifically on the ground. That sort of money allows us to do exactly what we're doing here today. We're trying to strengthen America's national character, one individual at a time, one community at a time, through one project at a time.
Hey, thank you for watching this special edition of Small Town Big Deal.
And I think tonight's show was a reminder that each and every one of us can make a positive impact in our community.
So join us next week when once again we celebrate the great stories from across America.
Oh.
Put your weight behind it.
Well, I'd like to say I don't have enough, but I do. I don't know what the problem is.
It's good.
It's hot.
It's hot.
Thank goodness we're in the shade.
Oh,
Thank you, God, for the shade today.
it's still 97.
Yeah, and humidity 98%.